Well, a very good afternoon to you. It is Saturday, the 28th of March, 2015. This is the Weekend at 1. My name is Najma Ismail. Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Felix Koskei has stepped down. Koskei says he has received confirmation that he was in President Uhuru Kenyatta's confidential list of public and state officers who are supposed to be investigated of allegations of corruption.
As I speak now, I don't know about the allegations. All what I confirmed yesterday evening is that my name is in that list, and that is all. That is what I know.
But have you received communication from the president asking you to?
We had discussion with State House, and it is State House that confirmed that my name is in the list.
Just that.
Just that.
No allegations.
No allegation. I don't know. That is why I have said on Monday I'm going to Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission offices to get to know what the allegations are, who are the accusers are, and from there we do a statement. And I expect them to move in quickly to do their investigations because we want this case to be closed as fast as possible.
Now, 19-year-old Agnes Tirop graduated to the senior ranks in cross-country running with a personal performance at the 41st World Cross Country Championships by delivering gold in Guiyang, China. Geoffrey Kwamoror added another gold medal in the senior men's 12-kilometer race after dropping compatriot Bedan Karoki. Kenya, however, watched as Ethiopia took 2 gold medals in the junior races and the overall team gold. Moving on from that now, Interior Cabinet Secretary Joseph Kaiseri has lauded President Uhuru Kenyatta's remarks that the police vetting exercise is a waste of time, adding that he will push for repeal of the process. The CS also came to the defense of police officers, saying that they have the right to acquire wealth through the service they have been rendering for years. He was speaking in Boni East District.
Sasa unaveti mtu kwa kazi hiyo amefanya kwa miaka 30, ataendelea na hiyo kazi ya miaka 30, unamfetia nini na kazi anajua 30 years he has been performing that job, and then you fet that fellow for the same job has been doing for the last 30 years. Hiyo ni ungana kweli wa jameni? Alafu ule mtu anavet police, yeye hajui kazi ya police. Kwanza, the wrong man is vetting the right man. Ama namna gani? Sababu nao wao ni raia, wewe hujui polisi amefanya kazi for 30 years, alafu unakuja kuuliza maswali ya kupoteza wakati. Kama mtu yuko, kama umefanya 30 years, are you not supposed to save money? Kwani ulikuwa unafanya kazi ya bure? Ati uko na milioni 3 na mtu ni senior commissioner of police. Hiyo ni maswali ya kuuliza mtu mbele ya kamera.
Former President Daniel Arap Moi has appealed to Kenyans and education stakeholders across the country to take issues related to girl-child education more seriously. Speaking at Emining Boys High School in Baringo County during a prize-giving and prayer day, Moi said he was not satisfied with the manner in which girls were being handled in matters education. He said more girls' secondary schools should be established all over the country and encourage residents of Emining community to source for extra space and funds to establish another secondary school for the girls.
You don't think properly. You will be educating boys all the time and leaving the girls uneducated. What sort of society will that be? It is funny when we come to celebrate about boys. What about girls standing by? What will they say? These boys will be educated here, will be go to universities, come back. Marry who?
The Kenya National Union of Teachers is demanding for better services from their employer, the Teachers Service Commission. Speaking at St. Peter's Suneka during the Kisii South Annual General Meeting, NAT National Vice Chair Wycliffe Etola said teachers deserve a salary increment and promotions. Speaking at the same function, the Kisii County Governor James Ongwae said he's surprised that when schools in Kisii do well in KCSE and KCP, the Kenya National Exams Council always assumes the candidates must have cheated.
Kaimenyi, and in the best interest of teachers in this republic, should resign to pave way for developing the education sector. That is the position of teachers in this republic. I know my brother will address it firmly, but I want to say, as you are governor here, teachers gave you the mandate because you worked with teachers well. You listened to teachers. When you were in the Teachers Service Commission, TSC was actually born by the Kenya National Union of Teachers. I don't see why those who are actually leaders and CEOs in Teachers Service Commission should look down upon teachers. My prayer is, if Gabriel Logoimboni is not arrested now, can you speed up his arrest so that we don't have somebody disturbing us?
So there is a story building up in the Ministry of Education, especially the National Examinations Council, such that when the Kisii schools are doing well, they get that impression that this school shouldn't be doing well and therefore they cheated. And that is something that we must disabuse completely. Because out of about the 3,000 students that they mentioned that cheated, 700 of them were indicated to be from Kisii County. That percentage is too high and is completely unacceptable.
The Teacher Service Commission that has the mandate to hire and fire. When you create two centers of power, colleagues, what happens? Is the teacher going to be answerable to his employer as per the Constitution, or the principal is supposed to be answerable to the Minister of Education? So that conflict of interest, as a union, we've said that particular education policy that the Minister of Education is coming up with should be shelved.
Now, over 9,000 students in Migori County received Jigger treatment through a partnership by Ahadi Kenya Foundation and the county government of Migori. Speaking during the exercise, Migori County Governor Zachary Obado raised concern over Jigger infestation in the county. Obado says most school-going children and their parents in the region are infested with Jiggers. He cited the Jigger menace as a major contributor to the high levels of poverty and deteriorating education in the area.
We have seen a lot of NGOs mushrooming to fight this menace. And what we are saying is that if any NGO is not going to follow the set down rules and regulations on how to fight this Jigger menace, what I would say is that we'll ask the government to register such organizations. We don't want NGOs to come and start lashing out to counties because we already have a policy and take advantage of those who are Jigger infested.
Now, two suspected rhino poachers were shot dead at Lake Nakuru National Park last night by Kenya Wildlife Service Rangers. The Assistant Director, Central Rift Conservation Area, George Nagwana, said Kenya Wildlife Service officers on patrol trailed the poachers at the park around 10:30 p.m. Nagwana said the rangers were forced to shoot dead the poachers who were at the rhino range section after they failed to surrender. Rangers recovered a Mark 5 rifle with 5 rounds of ammunition, a knife, an axe, 2 loaves of bread and 2 bottles of soda. Nakuru County Commissioner Mohammed Birik, who went to the park after the incident, commended rangers in their fight against poaching, citing that Linda Kifaru initiative that was launched last year has succeeded in conservation of wild animals.
Personnel, the KWS rangers, so that they are more effective in terms of beats and patrols. Equally, quite a number of significant tools of work. Of course, I don't need to share with you what these tools of work are, but a substantial amount of tools of work have been received.
From experience, we've learned that they normally come here for a day, 2 or 3. So like these ones, going by what they were carrying, they were intending to stay here for more than a day.
Now, sporting activities, just like music, are said to be universal unifiers in our languages that everyone can understand. It is perhaps the rationale that was employed in Isiolo County when youth from warring communities were engaged in a 10-kilometer race for peace from Ngaramare to Isiolo Stadium. Carol Derry reports.
As dusk gives way to dawn, a group of Morans are getting ready for a race. One that will see the Morans cover 10 kilometers from Ngaramare to Isiolo Stadium, the hot, scorching Isiolo sun notwithstanding. A promise of 11 goals for the winner keeps them going. These are not your ordinary athletes, and possibly a huge number of them have never participated in any race. That they are not in proper running gear is not quite an issue. The ultimate goal is to foster peace amongst the warring communities in Isiolo. 5 communities call Isiolo home: the Borana, Somali, Turkana, Samburu and the Ameru. Being an arid area, conflicts over pasture and natural resources are frequent, and this race aims to bring the youth of Isiolo closer.
Waweze kubadilisha mawazo kutoka kwa yale ambao wamekuwa wakifanya, ya mazozano ambao wamekuwa wakifanya na wizi ya mifugo na kadhalika.
Sisi vijana Isiolo ndio wanataka kuja kukimbia juu ya mwini.
Sehemu hii yetu, kaunti yetu ya Isiolo, huwa inakuanga na rapsha za vita baina ya makabila tofauti.
Nataka kumotivate vijana wakati wanaona hii nywele nyeupe wasikie, yani wasibaki nini, yani kwa wakikula miraa nini.
The blow of a whistle sets them off. Each step taken is a step closer to attaining the much sought after peace. Community differences are set aside. Each of the 88 participants hope to complete the race. Some are fast and steady, others trudge on warily but are determined to finish. As they approach Isiolo town, police officers have to control the flow of vehicles to enable the runners go on smoothly. With the promise of goats for each of the top 10 runners, the first batch reached the crossing line at the Isiolo Stadium. 26-year-old Abid Gishibi is the first in, followed by Felix Lekishia and Rafael Ekiru in second and third places.
Peace is there when we bring the young generation together.
Some almost collapsed and had to be aided to the finish line, but all the participants, the 88 warriors of peace, completed the race. Emphasis on peace was the key message at the stadium.
Zote tu katika kaunti moja ni wandugu.
Tawana nani watabaki Isiolo?
Miaka mingi wazee walioana kabla nyinyi, na hiyo urithi isiwafikie nyinyi vijana.
The race, organized by the World Vision, Northern Rangelands Trust and the Isiolo County Government, will be an annual event. Not only are there goodies to be won, but the ultimate goal is to promote peace and cohesion amongst the youth and residents of this vast county. Carol Derry, KTN, Isiolo County.
Now, the winners of last year's Kass Marathon have received their cash rewards. The cash rewards are paid out after tests on samples collected after the races have been certified. Philip Cheriot won the men's race, while Agnes Chepkos-Gay won the women's race. Her second victory at the lucrative marathon. Title sponsors Transnational Bank presented 1.5 million checks each to the winners at the ceremony held at the Kass media offices. Well, that's it on the weekend at 1. Joy Doreen Bira is back with Africa Speaks. My name is Najma Ismail. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.